the GRYMMKast, your bi-weekly home for stuff and things. We are three guys with two other guys with a band, a podcast, and a pocket full of dreams. I'm just Matt.
I'm the Weather Brain.
And I'm Jam. And Matt, who are our guests today?
Oh, these are two grim-looking fellas, if you ask me. These are our friends Kyle or Ben.
Either one's fine.
Yeah, either one.
Interchangeable.
They're two of our buddies that are in a band, and that band is GRYMM, and we are going to tell you guys all about it. But before we do, Jameson has our question of the week, which is...
Yeah, guys, I want to know, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? I don't want to start, so I'm going to ask Brian.
All right, fine. I will go. So if I were to have any superpower, like, are there no limits here at all?
No
Okay, cool.
limits. Unless it's like ethically a problem.
Jesus.
I mean, that's up to you. Personal responsibility.
Honestly, it had nothing to do with that, so
Okay.
We're good. Actually, you won't be surprised. I want to be able to create weather, but with instruments. I think that would be badass. So, yeah.
How would you do it?
So, what it would be like is I'd have to train myself out in the woods, out in nature for like months. And I'm talking maybe even years.
A whole training arc?
Well, it'll be a training
Crazy,
arc.
dude.
Yeah. And so I would go through a lot of trials, tribulations, and learn a lot about myself. And then someday I pick up my guitar, and instead of holding it, it just levitates.
It
then
holds you.
Okay.
It holds exactly. It holds me, and then I'm finally able to do what I have been working so hard, tirelessly, honestly, at this point to do, which is
To manipulate the weather.
manipulate weather, nature with
Okay.
my instruments.
So that's what you do on the show. You're trying to get to that point.
Yeah, actually, I mean that would be really cool, right? I mean, I always thought I would be, but yeah, that's me.
I'd watch that anime.
Sweet,
I would also watch
sweet,
that
good.
anime.
All right, cool. I'll
The weatherman.
Just get right and
I probably wouldn't, but it doesn't sound like Shonen would pick it up, so it's just that.
yeah. Well, yeah. So
What about you, Matt?
Brian would turn weather power anime into slice of life romantic comedy, and I'm not okay with that.
maybe I don't want to see it.
I think it would be great.
Now, with me, I will go ahead and give you guys full heads up. My superpowers will not be used for good by any means. If I had the powers that I could choose, I would be able to manipulate people's emotions.
Oh
That's
my!
mean.
That's
Yeah, no, it
insidious.
sounds horrifying. Oh, you're super mad at me? No, now you're clinically depressed. Oh, you're super happy? No, you're clinically
So you just
depressed.
want-
That's a One Piece character.
Yeah.
You're clinically depressed? No, now you're happy.
Ghost lady. I
Yeah,
think
Ghost
fucking-
lady.
No, but I don't want to be able to just make people sad. I want to be able to make them however, like, I feel like emotionally. Like, oh man, that guy looks like he's really tired and about to fall asleep on the bus. Excited.
You need to use that in the
Interesting.
correct contents. Context.
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline.
Oh my! Yeah, you
Adrenaline,
could just
yeah.
like make someone's adrenaline spike.
Anxiety.
What if you like give someone a heart
Yeah,
attack?
I know, because that can go right. That's like a. You gotta be careful.
He
with
did
that.
say he was going to
Yeah.
use his powers for evil.
It will not. I'm not going to be a superpower. I'm not going to run up and be like, oh, look, that bank robber's being real mean, depressed. No, that doesn't help. I'm going to look at the cops and I'm going to go, depressed, give me half.
Dang.
Don't worry about them. They're not getting up.
You love him, but you love him.
Okay, so that's
Wow.
that really.
Yeah, no, that
I
would be
would
my
have
power.
never guessed that.
I know I could use it for so much evil.
Dang. So,
Satan.
what about you, Jam?
I don't really have a good answer for this question, which is why I feel stupid asking it. Because I always go back to Spider-Man powers. But if I
yeah.
could pick one power, dang. I don't know, it'd probably be like brown recluse powers. Where I
Whoa.
like hide in the dark and then bite people when they're not
Make
looking.
people fucking rot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they
brutal.
do be having that scary.
Like
venom.
if I was
Necrosis.
Spider-Man, I would be the brown recluse. And I'd have this dumpy ass brown costume. And I would just come out of the shadows and just bite people real quick and run away. And then they
And
would
they
just
never know what
rot
hit
to
them.
death
It'd be like-
slowly.
They actually will go through the whole day going, "Is that a bug bite? Is that a no? This hurts.
There's a new
It's just,
Spider-Man.
this is bad."
A
There's a new
homeless man with a
Spider-Man.
There's
heroin
a new
needle.
Spider-Man.
You are the creator of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Stan Lee.
Spider-Men. You could.
Yeah.
There'd be like a
Oh,
new
boy,
universe
why?
where there's multiple Spider-Men all bit by you.
Oh.
You
So
are
I'm
like
the
the origin.
radioactive spider now.
You are the radioactive spider. Yes.
I actually now want a comic of Jameson running around biting spiders.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
doesn't-
how I
wouldn't
can
that
do
be? That would be
It's
genius.
retribution.
just eating spiders.
Spider-Man justice.
No, not even eating them. Just like tiny little, like he's just like,
Yeah, just bite
right
him
on their
enough
leg.
to send a message. He's like,
Wait, can you do that again? Oh yeah. See that right there? That's comic worthy.
I'm gonna get him.
That's your slogan.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
get
your
him.
slogan. Okay, awesome. I love
Yep.
it.
What about you, Kyle? What do you think?
I would probably be able to fly. I know that's lame, but I would
It's
do
not
that.
lame.
You know,
Oh no, that's great.
You have to pay for transportation.
Aerial views.
Yeah. Just go to Japan whenever you want.
You don't need Google Maps anymore
Yeah,
either.
it's pretty sweet.
How are you
If
gonna
I could
handle the
fly-
No, I
long
still need
distance?
Google Maps.
Oh well.
no, if I could
get-
fly.
Flying with your fucking phone out.
Should I need to take a left?
Nah.
The irony.
Nah.
No, if
Yeah,
I
I
could fly
do.
100%, I would always stay like 2 to 3 inches off the ground just so I looked a little bit taller.
I don't really have that problem, but
Well, yeah, I know, but I could be your size instead of just normal 6 foot, like a small person.
You feeling
Are you
insecure?
serious?
actually, can I
Man.
change my power to just be? Can I just be 4 inches shorter?
Wait, that's your super.
Kyle? What's your power? Your power? I am average.
I'm 6'1".
That's it.
Cool. We'll do that. Then shirts will actually be able to fit.
But the other side of the power is like whenever you wanted to, if you needed to, you could go back to your original
6'5".
height.
Cool.
Yeah,
Don't know how that would be useful, but
you'd be surprised.
okay.
You
Yeah.
can
Come in
grow
handy.
and shrink 4 inches at will.
I think most dudes can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty average.
That's very average.
All
That's a
right,
great concept.
but hey, I love flying too. I think, and you're in the
Super
atmosphere,
cool. To be like a bird or whatever.
in the clouds.
Should have been a bird.
You know, you get to really.
Should have been. What were you thinking?
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Nah, rarely does he.
I bet he does. He's probably thinking about what kind of superpower he'd have, right?
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like when he thinks, it's like a thought, and then maybe not for another hour or two. Maybe there's another thought.
How do you know him so well? What is this? Where's this coming from?
I mean, we did like
They used to sleep in the same
be
bed.
in diapers like as children, like
Yeah.
like, really
Pretty
small
much
children.
grown up together.
4 years
Yeah.
old.
Maybe even younger.
3?
Because like yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
That-
mean,
well-
even before that, I mean, like we got babysat together as like literal like
Oh my
goo goo gaga like
Yeah. You're
less than a
right.
year old.
We were like
Gaga.
talking like,
Yeah.
ooga gaga ooga, and you'd be like,
You were like drawing weather patterns like
and you go
before you could even
I'd be
speak.
like, gaga waka ba.
Yeah, so like if you could have a power, what would that be, Ben?
So, yeah,
Yes.
anyways, mine would be also for not good or bad. I just want to be able to explode on command, mostly to
Yo,
scare people.
Do you come
like-
back?
Yeah, to go
Okay,
back.
okay,
yeah.
that's like if you're
Yeah.
having a genie wish, don't just say
Yeah,
explode.
no, yeah, I would be able to reassemble myself, but I just violently like meat chunks explode, like
Giblets
yeah,
everywhere.
like go into like a public
So-
place and like someone makes me mad and I just
Scream.
So not like Bakugo, but more like just entire body.
That would also
Okay.
be like the best way to end a show ever if your bassist just walked up to the front went, "You guys have been great," and strummed and exploded.
yeah, dude, like hit like as much distortion out of my amp as possible and just fucking like explode.
Knowing that you just recover and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
the same thing next day.
I could like
great.
leave my hands attached to the bass too, so it just like drops.
Okay, but how many times could you do it a day?
I don't know. Like, it depends on how much I eat. That's the.
I love that
I do too.
stipulation.
Wow, that's
That's
awesome.
great.
Because exploding
That's
burns
the
some
catch.
calories.
Mhm. Yeah. Like that's like, you know, fucking triple burger from fucking Whataburger.
Woof.
Yeah, and a whole milkshake, 32 ounces.
Does that mean like if you don't eat enough, the explosion isn't as big? Like if you eat a bunch,
Yeah, it's
it's,
just,
like,
like, depressing.
boom. But then if you just like kind of don't, your body just kind of goes plop.
Turns into a puddle. Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's like
you should have seen these guys the last couple
I
days.
don't want to talk about it, Brian.
Man, that Whataburger be real though. Like
Yeah.
that
we
hit you
don't
hard.
have them in Florida, Brian. I've told you this.
it's so good.
It's a delicacy.
That Whataburger patty
Yeah.
melt.
What did you get?
What did I get from Whataburger?
Yeah.
What time?
Well, yesterday, most recently.
I don't know. I think I just
Yeah.
got a bacon cheeseburger and I got like avocado on it.
Nice.
And it was great.
That's
Mhm.
solid.
It
What'd you
was,
get,
it
Ben?
was super good.
That fucking Monterey melt burger.
Oh,
Ooh.
It's
mercy.
getting fancy.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Cheese smacks.
it's a good fast food sandwich. It's
Dude,
crazy.
it's so
Got a
good.
big
I was
ol'
talking
should be
about
illegal.
Hatch Green Chilies last night and thinking about my time in New Mexico and how the Whataburgers in New Mexico have Hatch Green Chilies on the menu.
They totally do. I forgot about that.
Actually, I have ideas now. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's what I've liked about this Whataburger, though. It's been like very consistent.
Yeah.
Did
Hell
3
yeah.
times.
This one in here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in town. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So I assume it wasn't just the Whataburger that brought you guys to town.
No, unfortunately not.
What is it that brought you guys to town?
Making a record
Yeah, make it a whole
Finally.
record.
after like 3 years of writing and playing songs. So
3 years.
something like that, yeah.
So that's quite a while.
Yes.
How many shows do you think you played in that time period?
Not a crazy amount. I don't
I don't
know,
know, probably 40.
30 or 40, something like
Yeah.
that.
Heck yeah.
So, and we have like, once we get back on Sunday, which will be the 30th, we're gonna have a show on the 5th.
Yeah, no, so we have
April.
a week to practice some of what we
Some of
put down
what we did, yeah.
with our drummer. Yeah,
So it should be, and then we have a show every weekend for the next like I think month.
Oh, yeah, April.
Dang.
Yeah,
So-
April is like every week. It's crazy.
Hitting it
That's
hard.
great.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure we'll announce officially like what it is at some point, like anime or something.
Mm-hmm.
Top secret
Whenever
for
all the
now.
extra goodies get added.
Yeah, we still well actually to be honest, we're finished with music.
Mostly,
tracking?
yeah, we're just doing lyrics and vocals now. I think we only have 11 tracks, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
And vocals are coming along, and then our time kind of ends this Sunday. So
Yeah.
like we're kind of on
It's-
crunch time on a bunch of things.
it
It's
feels
so hard.
horrible, and I hate it. Can't wait to
Turning my
not
brain
do
blue.
anything for a while.
yeah,
Literally.
yeah, we've
been
been
a
going
while.
hard at it. Yeah,
Yeah, 11 songs in like a week and a half is crazy.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
that is incredible.
So,
though. It's very
you just have
impressive.
a pocket cheeseburger now, man? What the fuck?
No, it's a sausage biscuit.
Oh, that's right. We're in the South, yeah.
Well, while he's chewing on that, question for you guys.
Yes.
What do you think your favorite moment of production so far has been, like, in recording?
Making my guitar go burr.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
100%.
Being able to really get those tones out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it go loud.
Freaking
so.
blew me away, and I mean literally.
There was one morning where Ben and I were just putzing around with making noises with our pedals and stuff. Like you went up to the house or something, and we were getting like weird, crazy, like rocket sounds. Like it was nuts, dude. It sounded like missiles were getting shot. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad we got a lot of that in the
probably
recordings.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're gonna
Have you guys
more.
had fun down here?
Yeah, yeah, always. It's always fun, Matt.
Awesome.
Yeah. How's that sausage biscuit, dude?
Fire.
You put some grape jelly on that thing.
It was
Oh,
a great
yeah.
job.
You put some grape jelly on.
I didn't know that was.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't know
you
that was a
did.
thing.
Seriously, do you guys
They
just
give you a
not
packet?
keep pocket food?
No.
Matt, the first time I ever heard of that was with your ranch.
Yeah, the pocket ranch.
Like, who's ever done that?
It's a pretty good idea, actually.
Oh, look who
It
all's
is,
hungry
right?
while Matt eats a sausage
No,
biscuit.
I'm
that's
I'm
delicious.
kind of aggravated right now. I'm a little bit freaking hungry.
Bring enough to share.
You don't
want
want to share your at least your jelly?
Y'all gonna sit there and talk about Whataburger and expect me not to eat something?
That is fair. Okay.
Yeah, we did start this. We were trying not to talk about cheeseburgers again, but I insisted.
burger. Hamburger.
What he said.
Unbelievable.
The hamburger.
We actually listened to some of y'all's music today, right? Before we started rolling.
Yeah.
We gave a
Yeah.
sneak peek into what these gentlemen have been doing in the studio. Is there anything about that experience that you have found notable that you want to let the people know that you're excited about? Is there anything that you are happy with?
The last track we showed you is going to be pretty cool.
Mm.
That and there's another song on there that's going to be a lot different than how we usually approach stuff. So, because usually it's like full band, loud, rah rah most of the time, like when it's at its peak. So,
Yeah, makes sense.
one of those songs was like actively trying to like not go loud and like keep it kind of tame the whole time
For
as a
once.
challenge for myself. Yeah,
For once.
which I think I it's hard. I think we're gonna make it work, but we'll have to see once all the extra little bits get
Yeah.
added. So
I will say I
Just-
really enjoyed everything that you guys showed us
Thank you.
before we started recording. It was all really good. It sounded like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard like really good music, but that's what it sounded
Some,
like.
maybe some.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
It felt good to make. So
What about you, man? Like favorite moment, favorite song?
Definitely hearing the final track on the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, that acoustic harmony has lived in my fucking
Yeah, that's the
brain
thing too.
for-
Like that's been there for like 2 years.
It is quite
It's-
beautiful.
And it's really hard to play. Like I almost had a hard time convincing him it was worth playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came,
No
for a
way.
second. For
I
a
came home
second.
one night from work and he was playing that, and I
It's
was
like,
like,
dude, you gotta
"That's
hear the
fucked."
second part.
And he's like, "No, you gotta play. You gotta learn it." It's like
Trust
Travis
me.
picking, he says, and it takes. I think
It
I learned it
is.
in like a week, but
Yeah.
it is. It's not. It's weird.
It isn't.
But that song
hard.
also, like learning that, made me write on one of the other songs on the record that
Yeah.
we're a big fan of. So
Yeah.
You know, I fully
yeah,
understand that though, Kyle, because a lot of times when we're working on music or something like that, Jameson will be like, "This is what the piano part should sound," and like he'll go to teach me on the guitar, and he'll be like, "You just have to do this, this, and this," and I'll be like, "Cool, no, make it easier," and he'll be like, "Okay, instead of touching 3 keys, are you good touching 2 keys?" And I'm like, "That works more for my skill level."
somewhere to start.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
You'll get there,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, I'm
Key
not
at a time,
trying
man.
to get there. I'm just saying I understand what this musician is going through because as a musician myself, I have trouble
better than-
learning anything that is basic knowledge.
As a musician, I concur.
I don't think I can read music.
It sucks.
I can't read.
No?
Anymore.
Oh no! What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
You know, when Jameson was
So that's why we.
That's why you drove all the way up here, Ben. That's
makes
why I didn't
more
drive
sense.
because I
See,
can't read
because you can't
signs.
read the signs.
Nope.
Yeah.
when
I don't know.
Jameson was teaching
Hey,
me
you
the
know-
guitar, he'd be like, "So this is a C, a D, an E, and an F," and I'd be like, "Okay, so that's confusing." And he's like,
Don't know what that
"I'm just gonna teach you in numbers."
Better.
Yeah, and that works.
See, Jameson has taught children how to play music before, so he's
Yeah.
You have an
yeah.
advantage. You've
he's got the
experience.
advantage when it comes to
Start from
teaching me music because it's kind of like teaching a giant child something.
Every step of the way watching you grow as a musician has been nothing but like a privilege to witness.
Yeah.
It's been so fun to watch him.
Yeah.
Round of applause for Matt.
I was born from greatness. I'll
Yep.
continue into
Destined.
greatness, and my cup overfloweth.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Brian, you've been playing drums on this record, right? You've
Sure
been
have.
also engineering and mixing everything,
Yep.
producing
Been
it.
busy.
So what's that been like?
Oh man, a tireless. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No doubt.
We
It's all
are.
catching up.
we all
Yeah.
are for sure.
Brain is
By like the
mush.
5th day, it was like, oh god.
But I've had nothing but fun, like just like laying the drums down and creating grooves to like their music because playing with their music is such a fun time. It's jams, like straight up jams, and then they've been adding a lot of like little, not a lot, but I'd say a little more prog stuff.
I
into
love
it,
math
right?
rock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
more
much.
math rock type stuff, and I enjoy messing with that kind of groove.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go. A lot of this has been in like 6/4.
Yeah, we have a bad habit of doing that too, writing like whatever we do after this will stray a lot from this. But yeah, it's usually in like 3 or 6 or something.
Yep, 3 and 6.
4 at least.
There's
Waltzes
this-
are cool.
There's like 4, and then there's one I know. There's like a weird
There's a 5-4
4,
in the
3,
middle of shit.
2, like a 5/4 thrown in. It's pretty fun. No, but
Y'all using any 7/3s?
Nah, man.
Couple 16
we didn't
12s.
record
Couple
that
145s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. You remember?
No.
Okay.
Beato.
Yeah.
No, but it's been fun. I think the hardest part for me is like keeping up with studio work as far as like production as well as tracking, and then also I'm working hours at home as well for
Crazy.
my job.
Freaking
So
crazy.
I've been pulling like 60, 80-hour weeks for a couple weeks, which is okay for a couple weeks. I don't mind that, but dang.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah. I did sleep really well last night though, finally.
Good.
Felt good.
Did you dream?
If I did, I don't remember. Hey, that was a good rendition of that.
Did it sound like that?
Yeah. How'd you do that?
I heard you snoring last night.
Hey.
Oh, fuck, shit.
But yeah,
Oh,
no,
sorry. Nah.
I think my favorite moment is let's see, what's that song? Shugazi.
Yeah.
Shugazi has some cool stuff on it.
It's dope.
Is that your favorite
song, I guess.
moment or your favorite song? Because you described 2 different things.
There's a moment in that song. That's what I
Okay.
meant.
That's what I was listening
Yeah,
for.
I don't want to give too much away about it.
Because the band that it's referencing is Fugazi, which is one of my favorite bands. And shoegaze is just like a shitty genre of music. So that's a joke. I
Yeah.
can't say that and then have the pedal board that I have.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say, isn't your pedal
So-
board like the size of me?
No, it's not that big. I think I have 10 pedals on it now that I counted yesterday. Steven gave me one, so that was very nice of Thank you, Steven.
He sure did. Yep.
Shout out to Steven.
Right? But yeah, so it was just like a little reference to that, and we just started calling the song that and never, because naming shit's hard. So
Yeah,
and it's
it
just
is.
stuck, so we're keeping it. It's kind of cool little like reference, I guess.
See, we don't have problems naming stuff because we just go with like the basic, most like slap you in the face thing.
Yeah.
Like better Kenney.
It's perfect, man. I
It's
can't.
better.
I can't see, hear, or witness or feel it any other way. Influences for the music so far.
I already made the joke earlier and said you, right? I said that earlier, right?
Did you? Oh my, yeah. Oh, okay.
There.
Well,
You said
Oh,
influences.
pile, yeah.
there we go.
Actually,
That's
an
one.
actual answer.
So I'm an influence. That's cool.
Yeah,
I
a little
feel-
bit. I would say, yeah, actually, like a legitimate answer.
Oh, nice.
A little bit.
Jeez, I
Not a lot.
I
though,
learned, I
Brian.
learned a lot
Calm
of stuff
down.
from you when I first got up here. So
I'm not good with compliments.
no, me neither. It's weird,
Dang
but
it.
and then yeah, I mean Pile for sure. Delta
yeah.
Sleep's a good one.
Who's Pile? I know you've
They're a
talked about
band
them before.
from. I have actually one of their album covers. tattooed on my
Oh
arm.
yeah,
that's
hey,
sick.
show the
That's
camera.
awesome.
Dripping. I don't know. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
But they're a band from I think somewhere like in Western Massachusetts or Central Massachusetts. I'm not sure, but and they've been around for a while since like 2009 or 8 or something like that.
Okay.
And it's post-hardcore, and now they're getting into like weirder versions of that.
Oh yeah.
So experimental.
But they're really, I don't know, they're weird. I don't know how to explain it. They're just one of those bands that like, if you like them, you really like them a lot. They're like, kind of like cult.
Okay.
Yeah, their main guy's Rick McGuire. He's a
Mhm.
genius.
He's some of the atmosphere they get in some of their songs is like really, really, really fucked.
All right. Cool.
But in a good way.
All right.
Yeah.
And just sometimes they have these really
Post-hardcore.
heavy breaks. Like it's, I don't know, they're good.
Okay.
The melodies are great and the lyrics are amazing. So it's a lot.
If there was an album that like someone like me should start with, would you recommend one?
That one. But dripping.
That-
Yeah,
okay.
dripping.
All right.
Nice.
Consider it done.
Shit's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Any
I'm excited.
what's your main? What would you say main influence maybe?
Giraffes.
Really?
Oh, between that and toe.
Toe too,
Yeah.
and
then,
especially for this record.
Also, fucking Hikes and Jeff Rosenstock.
Oh yeah, Hikes was a band I found last year, I think.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year,
and I can't.
and they're really good.
Yeah, shit.
From Texas, I think.
Mhm, yeah, they're from Texas.
Really, really incredible. The lead guitar player, she does these like harmonics with like the back of her fingernail. I think Ben's probably shown you some
Yeah,
of her
he-
stuff.
Dang,
Really, really
man.
great. It feels like you're driving through like Western Kentucky or something. It's awesome. I don't know.
Okay.
It's
very
not
cool.
from there, but yeah.
Cool.
I think
That's
the main thing that helped me do drums was listening to a lot of Via Luna.
Yeah, that was also
That too, yeah.
an
That's
inspiration.
especially their most recent.
Oh yeah, that
record.
record's awesome.
I listened to that too much. I had a guy give me thumbs up one day when I was listening to it, like blasting in my car. He was like, "It's like sick, dude."
Heck yeah. So
I
yeah,
know.
you know, what's the future plans like past the album? I think-
We got a bunch of shows coming up, and then at some point at the end of the or middle of the summer, we'll do like a album release show, and then probably, kind of like screw off for 9 months, do other stuff. Matt's making noise over there.
You shaking? Oh, I'm sorry.
He's practicing his new instrument.
He's having a whole meal
Yeah, right.
while we're doing a live like a recording here. So
But yeah, we'll probably take a break for a while because we've been going pretty hard the last few years. So
yeah,
And
I mean,
Understood.
I feel
Absolutely.
slowly start to get the wheels turning from a different state. And,
Literally and figuratively.
and then just make our way down the East Coast. And just
that. So you're gonna like power it right
rock
to the
out.
album release, like
Pretty much. It's
Yeah.
kind of how from what I've noticed with like Ben and I over the last like few bands we've been in, we usually don't have to. It's like 100%, 110% until like the hinges are coming off.
Mm.
And
I mean,
then
the
it
music.
crashes.
That's how the music kind of sounds. So,
Sometimes
yeah.
it gets to that point, yeah.
Yep.
The hood catches wind and just comes right on the dash. It
Yep, just
shatters
everywhere.
them.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I'm excited to
Same.
hear it when it comes out. Like,
I am
I mean, I'll be working on it, so maybe
Well, you might hate it by the
maybe
end
I'll
of
listen
it.
to it once when it actually goes on Spotify.
Be like,
or
yep, that's
whatever.
it. That's how it sounds. Yeah.
But
Brian's like, I'm
But
excited to hear it after I've listened to it 5,000 times and made sure it was perfect.
I'm excited for it to be out there because everyone needs to hear it. It's really awesome.
Yeah, that last song is going to be something special, I think, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
for once.
American Toe.
It is very pleasant on the ears.
But yeah, I think it goes without saying, we're all excited for you guys to
Yeah.
finally knock this record out and have it out there, play some more shows. And thank you for coming up here.
Thanks for dealing with us for 2 weeks.
Yeah, dude.
With our
Putting up with our
It's been a great time.
bullshit.
fucking, yeah, thank you.
Well, who wants to hear about the weather? All right, everybody. So it is springtime, like full swing. We're in it, and it's feeling great. I mean, actually, this spring has felt more spring than previous springs.
Would you say spring has sprung?
Spring has indeed sprung.
Sprung in.
Come on,
Yep.
Brian, let's try to keep it PG.
You chill out there, sir. All right. So, anyways, yeah, it's very warm out today, actually. But have you noticed how it's been kind of like since you guys have been here, kind of cool sometimes? In fact, do you remember when we had sleet?
Yeah, I remember there was ice on the car.
First
when I
couple
woke
days,
up.
yeah.
And we had some frost, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, and coming out from Florida, it's weird, right, to see frost.
No.
Yeah, what are seasons?
Crazy. Yeah, no, they
I
don't
know,
have
it's
them. They don't have them down there.
The earth isn't turning, it's flat.
Hey,
I live at sea
takes
level.
all kinds,
It's
Ben.
flat.
But
You stop that.
Telling you, man. The highest point's the fucking midpoint bridge. Fucking shit. Yeah, shit.
you heard it here first, folks. So, anyways, yeah, it got kind of cool last week. We had some sleet. Can confirm, like that's a real thing. It happened last week, and if you didn't get any, then you missed out. So, but none of that coming up. We're done with the cold. You were
welcome.
hearing me say it. We are done with the cold. No more of that. It is springtime. We're warming up. In fact, by the end of this forecast period, it looks like it's going to be 80 degrees.
Wow.
But before that, we're talking this right here. We're talking 67 to 77 today, which it certainly feels in the low 70s out there, at least bare minimum, and it's nice and sunny. A little light breeze, and not nearly as windy as it has been over the last week, which is insane.
Yes.
But through Friday, we're looking warm and mostly dry, and then by Saturday, we'll have a few showers, with nothing severe yet. But Sunday, that's what we're worried about. We're going to be looking into that because right now we have a risk area already issued by the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, denoting at least a 15% chance of severe anywhere within 25 miles of a point. So what that means is that far out, which they've been predicting it for about like 7 days now, that means they have high confidence. So the closer that storm system gets to us, like in the timeline, the higher the risk is going to be. And typically by the time we see 7 days out, a risk area, it gets to be at least a moderate or a high by the time it gets here. So I'm worried about a tornado outbreak for the mid-state. And this time not higher risk further south, but we're probably going to be right in the middle of it.
Woof.
But you guys are going to be heading south before all
Yeah,
that.
we don't
so.
have to drive into it this time.
Yeah, because they drove up the previous Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. During that last tornado outbreak that Alabama and Mississippi had, and but that was pretty fun with the rain,
Yeah,
right? And
Chattanooga nighttime raining is not recommended in a Prius, especially.
Did not like that.
It's not cool.
That's actually really funny because
not.
last year when me and Jameson went to Dallas,
Mhm.
we were with Cole and we went in his mom's Prius and got to drive through
awful.
that awful storm that
They're
came
awful.
through last year. So yeah, no, 100% driving through the middle of the night through a bad storm in a Prius, not fun.
It's not.
That
No, it's
wind
Not
Windshield
enough
though.
power, dude.
seriously.
The
That
wind-
windshield just like deflected
And you're
the
so
rain
low,
like magic.
like all the cars were splashing
Oh, I didn't
onto us because we were
enjoy
so
it.
low to the ground. It was awful.
Oh, I bet.
Little Debbie tried to kill us.
Yeah, like 7 times. Crazy.
I remember that's the first
That
thing you
wild
guys
bitch.
told me when you showed up. Was
Yeah.
like, Little Debbie, man.
I'm never eating their
Boycott Little
food
Debbie.
again.
What happened
No,
on
they
your
were flying by
trip?
us on the side of that mountain, like.
Oh, some
Mont
Eagle?
Yeah, dude.
That's exactly
Bonnie
the
70
time.
miles an hour, like throwing all kinds of whitewash on
The little portion you go over the plateau,
Yeah,
and
it sucked.
and at the
It's
hills.
usually beautiful, but it's nighttime, so you don't get to enjoy any of it. And also, fuck you, rain. So
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, it was awful. We started fishtailing going up the back because we had so much weight.
Yep. Luckily, you guys lucked out because you didn't actually get into the worst of it,
Yeah,
which
no,
happened.
we
in
No, we
Just
mostly
barely
drove away
missed
from
it.
it.
yeah.
Just-
So
Wow.
Nice light show though on the way there.
yeah. As far as this one looks, it actually might be a little more widespread I think, across America. Like that was more deep. That was like 2 states got it the worst. This time it's spanning 17 states of a risk area.
Bang.
And the highest risk, I think, is going to be at least 4 to 5 states, including ours, Kentucky, Mississippi, Alabama, as well as some of Indiana. But we're not going to know more details until probably tomorrow or the next day on like specifics on what's the highest risk, tornadoes, hails, or wind damage. I believe it's going to be tornadoes and hail, but it could be all 3 because this front's very strong, so we could have like the supercells pop up ahead of it and then a storm line. But we got to just wait and see because that's Sunday. Today's Thursday while we're filming this. But Friday when it comes out, I'll know more, but not today.
You have fun with that. I'll take my Cat 5 hurricanes.
Dude.
Nah, dude, we're
getting
getting away from that. We're not staying for another hurricane.
What was the one with the tornado outbreak?
That was Milton.
Milton was insane.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, I cannot believe that.
Yeah,
and you guys
I must have
actually
that
weren't
one.
in like the
No.
center of the outbreak. But...
Well, they weren't sure. It was similar to Ian, where they weren't sure if it was going to smack us,
so we left.
or if it was going to go north or like further south. And I think it ended up going more north, up towards like Sarasota and stuff.
Actually, speaking of that, you guys were there for Ian.
Yes, it's like it's kind of the only thing I could equate it to is like a winter storm.
You can't do
from
anything.
Maine, where you just
go
can't leave your
outside.
house.
Yeah.
Because that storm sat over us for like 8 hours or something crazy like that.
Such an odd path.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
The wind was insane. Like when it changed directions, I watched my neighbor's like plastic fence explode.
Like toothpicks.
In the air.
Like, yeah,
When
like
you guys
in the wind.
first moved down there and y'all went through your first
That was
hurricane,
the one.
I remember I talked to Ben, and Ben was on the phone with me. He's like, dude, I heard the wind make noises that the wind is not supposed to make.
We always bust Brian's balls because he has this old line from Convection.
Yep.
I'm sorry I'm doing this to you, Ryan.
No, it's totally fine. No,
and it was,
I love that line.
Something about like the wind being like 1,000 locomotives.
The-
but unironically,
Hear the sound of 1,000 locomotives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
the line,
it
thank
is-
you. And unironically, that's pretty much what that sounds like. Like I don't remember what the peak
Trains
wind
from
gust
everywhere.
Yeah.
was, but it was
Oh,
like
like-
140 something.
Yeah, so it was around there.
Or maybe higher, 170. But it was crazy.
Yeah, so like imagine you hear the
In a
South
tower
Tunnel
for 2
train
weeks.
up here like that.
But it's just going by your house for 8 hours straight.
Yeah, in all directions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got saved by like a little like bunch of like I don't know with like bushes or cypress like trees or something. But
Couldn't even hear the thunder. Like it would get
Yeah.
carried away by the wind instantly. You'd
And
see
that's
the
nuts.
flashes, but not hear any thunder, and it's kind of scary.
and a lot of that was
That's
transformers
intense.
too blowing up. But
Yeah.
I think the winds did the most damage. We drove by a garage. I think it was a car wash, and I don't know if I have a photo of this. I'll
Oh
see if I
yeah,
do.
the whole front.
But the whole it looked like a
down.
bomb had like taken out the whole side of the building was the front of it was gone.
Wow.
And there was a 7-Eleven down on Fort Myers Beach that like literally all the walls were gone and it was only being held up by like a few boxes
Like
of concrete
everything
for
in the store
structure.
got sucked out.
Yeah, it was
Like,
nothing. It was just a roof.
Dang.
Yeah, I personally
Because they
I'll-
had like 8-foot storm surge or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
think it
no,
was
it was
higher.
worse. It
Higher
was
than
probably
some
12 to
places,
14,
yeah.
I believe. in some
I was
places.
probably thinking of Cape, but yeah, it was gnarly. That was my first one. Yeah.
Dude,
And
that's
the funny
like
thing
right
is, when
into
I
it,
first
right?
moved there, they're like, "Oh yeah, we only get them every like 5 or 6 years, and they're usually not that
Yeah, it was
bad."
my second fucking week.
and we've
there.
already had
Yeah,
three. Yeah.
He had just
I
moved
had
down.
I had lived there for a couple years already, but yeah, Ben was there for like literally 3 weeks. We went and saw
Terrible.
Pup, and then like a week later,
Terrible timing.
we didn't have power for 2 weeks, dude. We waited in line for MREs and water,
Yeah.
rations and shit. Yeah,
Jeez.
it was legit.
I mean, yeah, I'll take my sporadic severe weather outbreaks up here with flash
Yeah,
flood.
no, the hurricanes suck. It's like a winter storm, but you don't know if your house is going to be there the next day.
That's insane.
So
Yep.
Jeez.
On the 30th, that's your risk area, 15 to 29%. And that's going to increase. We're going to I estimate we will see at least a moderate risk from this, which is a 4 out of 5. And that means that we'll have probably a tornado outbreak of some type. Damaging winds for sure. Large hail more so because this is going to be a very cold core system. But yeah, just, what you see here, take precautions, plan it out, get ready for it because it's going to happen. But
Yeah, if you live in the area that's yellow, maybe just be careful.
yeah, that's about all I'm saying. So, yep, that's my
That's a
forecast.
lot.
No, so
Yeah.
that's all urine that's gonna fall from the sky. Is what you're telling me.
I'm not gonna
Why is it yellow?
confirm nor deny that that's a possibility. Well, folks, that's all for the weather report.
that was awful.
Next up, we got our very own Jam with something special today.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. What you got?
All All right, guys, it's time for the double dribble with Jam. And today,
Hey, real quick, Jam, before you start, Greg, do you want to do the one thing we get you to do and fix the screen?
jeez, Greg, not even paying attention.
Why is the weather still on the screen, Greg? We were going to have you do this, Ben, but then it's more fun to yell at him than you. And it's a lot of fun to yell at you.
Greg! I literally showed you how to do that 15 minutes ago during the break. Whatever, dude.
Back to the sports with you, Jam.
All right,
No.
let me try again. Welcome to the double dribble with Jam. We are talking about one of my favorite sports that usually accompanies even more popular sports, probably more commonly known as cornhole. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I sure do.
Yep. It's like one of the most popular yard games that takes place at tailgates. And that's about it. Maybe your uncle's backyard also.
I've done it in backyards.
Yeah.
I've cornhole in a backyard or two.
Okay, yeah, so a lot of backyard cornholing,
Usually drinking involved.
right?
Absolutely.
I don't think you're supposed to play without a beer in your hand.
Kind of
Something
feels
like
wrong.
Is that a
Yeah.
rule? Is that like a? It's like a official?
Unspoken.
I don't. Well, based on the origins of the game, I did some research today and found out that it does have German origin that dates back all the way to the 1400s,
Wow.
and his
Definitely drink
origin
required.
is yeah, absolutely
Talk about
still shrouded in mystery, according to
You heard
the
it here
Zeitgeist.
first, folks. The Germans have been cornholing since the 1400s.
Sure have.
It's a
And
lot
then-
of cornholing.
Explains a
Later
lot.
Became refined and traditionalized by possibly a farmer in Kentucky in the 1800s that made it resemble what we know cornhole to be today.
Oh,
So, To demonstrate, I brought some graphs.
Oh, we got graphics.
no way! I bet they look cool.
High
What
quality.
you got for us? Yeah.
4K resolution.
Ooh, yeah, okay, you guys would like this.
Oh yeah, no. It's like
So check this out. I'm gonna start with this one. This is basically what each team uses. They get one of these planks with a hole in it, and it goes on one team's side, and then the other one goes on the other team's side. If you guys be willing to hold that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
Um,
my pleasure.
some cornhole boards.
You can see here that I've got a picture of one of those boards with bean bags on it. Now, the bean bags are what you use as the player to score points. So your goal is to either have bean bags on the surface of the board or in the hole. There's a different sort of point system based on if it's on the board or in the hole. And if there's an instance of your opponent's bean bag with your beanbag, those 2 points cancel each other out. So you want to have a larger presence on the board, right?
Yeah, but
Now, you can't really tell. These are supposed to be two different colors of beanbags.
oh, see, I was gonna ask that because
Oh, so bright.
wow,
All right.
reflecting the sun over here.
All right. So if you guys want to pass that around, that way you guys can get a good
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah, look at
Oh, we're
some-
passing them? Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So essentially, you know,
school again.
one side throws the
high quality
beanbag
image.
at the board, tries to get it in the
Let
hole.
me guess, Jameson.
See the detail
Greg
on that?
printed these
It's
out
crazy.
for you.
Yeah, Greg printed these out before. He actually is the one that folded them up, and he's like, "These will fit in your pocket. Use those." And I was
Now-
like, all right.
This corn.
You're proud of yourself?
I mean, this hole isn't made out of corn. I don't understand.
Can you explain that a little more?
Yeah,
what's
so
with
I
that?
think that the corn reference comes to like the fact that the bean bags might be filled with like corn seeds,
Ah.
unpopped corn. maybe.
What?
No, that makes sense.
Maybe.
Is there a certain type of wood that is best for building the cornhole boards?
Most likely maple.
Maple?
Yeah,
Okay.
most
And why
likely.
is that? Because it's more readily available, or
It's just a cheap tone wood.
okay, unbelievable.
But yeah, dude, like if you guys know how to play cornhole, which I'm sure everybody here has,
Oh,
you can
absolutely.
Oh,
relate
I've
to
played it a few times.
what a great
yeah.
pastime it is. You know,
It's,
when
it's
you're,
great when it's warm out.
when you're not giving a shit about the game that you're there to watch. You do something else.
I was
you
always
know?
more of a fan of testicle toss, but cornhole's pretty
But what
cool.
is that?
Yeah,
You guys
please,
don't know what that is?
please.
No.
That might be a main thing.
Wait
Now that I
a
think of it.
second,
What
man.
is that?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the ladders game?
Yeah, dude, testicle
Yeah,
toss.
testicle toss.
Yeah,
Never
please
heard it called
elaborate.
that, but I knew exactly what you were talking
There's
about.
a ladder and there's like slats in it, and you have these two rubber balls that are connected with a rope, and you toss it, and it like wraps around, and you have to like try and catch it. It's similar to cornhole.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It takes a little more like
Somewhere between cornhole
There's
and
a little bit of a
horseshoes.
different finesse to
yeah,
to
yeah,
it,
yeah, and it's a little harder because you're not just throwing. Like
horseshoes.
No freaking way.
kind of a similar thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a funner name to say.
That's yeah. It's
No kidding. Totally.
Well, guys, is there anything you want to say about cornhole? I mean, I've said just about everything I can think to say.
I actually happen to know the cornhole champion of 2017.
No kidding. 2017, really?
Literally the guy.
Uh-huh.
And he taught me to release kind of like like you're giving the spirit
Okay.
from here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll always land right where you want it. But the catch is you have to aim correctly. That's it. As long as your approach is from the spirit.
That's
You're
some
good.
real
Okay.
heart of the card shit, Brian.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just saying. And he is the guy. Like, in fact, he quit in 2017. He was like, I've reached the pinnacle of all cornhole.
He just didn't feel
out-cornholed.
challenged.
And he's had
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
What's his
Cornhole,
name,
yeah.
Brian?
His name was James Rodham. And I'll
James
tell you what,
Rodham.
James
Yeah.
Rodham is the man.
James Rodham.
James Rodham, 2017 cornhole champion. Shout out.
Where?
Arkansas, of course. I'm surprised you didn't know it.
Arkansas?
I'm
Yeah.
surprised you didn't
Is
know.
this not
Well-
a bit? Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
This explains like the sports
I
line
thought it was a bit, man.
of cornhole.
I don't
Right.
know at this
Rodham's-
point.
So now you kind of know.
I got the Rodham gloves.
Right.
The Rodham, okay, now.
He
you
does
not-
this to me every time we record.
No, seriously, man. You know, Rodham, Arkansas.
Yeah.
You've been there. It's
Yeah.
on I-30.
Is it his name or is it the place?
Rodham
No,
hardly
his
know him.
family, like, literally owned all that property in Rodham. And so, like, he was raised on a farm. But that's why it's such a huge story. Like, he grew up. He became a professional
It's a
cornhole
huge
player.
story, Matt, that no one's ever heard.
And it's not a huge, okay, you know,
Jameson.
it's not like, you know, mainstream media or anything like that. But it's a
No.
cool thing because cornhole's not like,
Matt's Googling.
Yeah,
it's
but
not the most
reason
popular
why-
sport, right? So
Right, and also Arkansas doesn't have an NFL team, so
Right.
there were no.
There's lots of
tailgates.
different
Oh
things
my
that
God,
they can do
what
there.
is happening?
So you had to make cornhole the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So there you go.
So it's college football.
Mr. Rodham.
Professional cornhole is what goes on there.
But yeah, he retired in 2017 because he said, I finally reached the pinnacle. And
Oh, you're mad now.
So, speaking of horrifying things,
Nice segue.
yes, Matt.
let's talk about animals that scare Matt. All right, guys, today we're talking about the one, the only, the Komodo Dragon.
Crikey.
Got my notes right here.
Heck yeah, man.
You
So,
have your own notes. Why'd you make Brian write them down?
well, because Brian is now sitting in between me and my notes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I'll just kind of try to.
So, fun fact, the Komodo dragon is what some people refer to as an apex predator, meaning that once it hits adulthood, nothing can really hunt it or kill it because it's a perfect predator. The males can get to be between 170 and 200 pounds. That's big, folks.
Yeah.
The females can get to be 150 and 160 pounds, so little smaller, still scary. Males and females can be up to like 10 feet long. That's a long lizard. They are the world's largest and heaviest lizards.
Is that head to tail?
Sheesh.
It's head to tail. Yeah, no. We don't stop at the butt. They can move up to 12 miles an hour. All right. So they can run at 12
fast.
miles an hour. It is. Here's to tell you that. Because at first you're like, oh, I'm in a car all the time. 12 miles an hour, that's not very much. How fast can the average human run, guys? Do you know?
Like 7?
6 to 7 miles an hour, meaning it's faster than you.
It's going to
Yeah.
get you.
13 is
I'll
about
just climb
how
a tree,
fast.
Matt. It's fine.
Oh,
they can do
I'm
that.
so happy you brought that up.
Yeah?
Because when they're younger, they actually climb trees. So it's not a great thing to climb away because if it can get itself up the tree, it can. They know how to climb trees. Just, I assume you serpentine. I didn't do a lot of research on how to get away from them. But like, you know how like if you're running away from like a crocodile or an alligator, by the way, if you're ever running away from a crocodile or an alligator, what you're going to want to do is you serpentine, meaning you zigzag, because they can go like that, but they have trouble turning. So if you get him turning, he's going to have trouble chasing you.
Got you.
Serpentine, folks. Serpentine.
I actually didn't
That's-
know that living in Florida.
That's the technique that they use in Mario Kart DS. They call it snaking.
Is that why they call it a serpentine?
Draft in a straight track to get the boost. It was
So
broken.
much like me, the Komodo dragons are known to be aggressive.
Hold on. Is that what they call it, the serpentine belt?
What did I just say?
Sorry.
No.
Aggressive.
They have They have sharp and serrated teeth, but that's not even the scary thing. So when they bite, they're going to rip the skin. They're going to get to the bone, and you're like, oh man, horrible flesh wound. Not the worst part. Not only are they venomous, but they also have saliva full of like 50 different strains of bacteria that's going to infect you and possibly cause sepsis. Now, I know what you're wondering. Wow, wouldn't that be what the venom does, Matt? Well, silly, no, that's not what the venom does. What the venom does is stop your blood from clotting, so you just have to struggle.
That's terrible. How did that come to be?
They kill you with lizard
evolution.
syphilis.
Yeah.
Evolution is
100%.
freaky, man.
Yeah, what did it evolve from?
I assume those have been around since like sauropods. I could be wrong, but
Okay.
so dinosaurs.
So they are known
Yeah,
to
you're
cannibalize
right.
each other. This is what we're doing. Oh,
Sorry, what?
they are known to cannibalize each other.
Wasn't me this time.
Now it is!
You're telling me they think that they're tasty.
So they eat themselves. They also eat pigs.
Why do you always go to food?
I don't know. He started it.
Seriously, dude?
Yeah.
We had this problem last time.
I just think I don't want to eat that guy.
You made it look like a... Never mind.
The frog was fine. He looked great. This guy looks rough.
Probably really
Yeah,
tough.
but then there was the spider that you made...
The spider, I could probably
It's
get down. If it's cooked right.
All right.
Cooked right spider.
I'm so sorry.
I am gonna rip your teeth out.
I need to shut up. I'm so sorry.
So they'll eat pigs and goats. They'll eat deer, young buffalo, and horses.
What?
No, that's a joke.
No, that was 100% on the like page I was reading. It was like, hey, even horses. Like, one, I didn't know Indonesia. They can only be found in Indonesia. I did not know that Indonesia even had horses or buffalo, but apparently they do. And this guy's eating them.
Yeah, and guess what? Almost everything else you said on that list is, in fact, delicious, except for horse. So I don't know what that's about.
I don't either, but you know what?
You ever had horse though?
I'm gonna stay so calm.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
so
you
I
can't
shouldn't
say it's
say
not
anything.
delicious then.
Yeah.
Hey,
you're
Matt.
right.
Delicacy
It's
in
obviously
Spain.
delicious to
Yeah.
him, right?
So they hunt
It's a
by.
delicacy in Spain for real?
Yeah.
No shit.
Horse meat. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna take your teeth too. So they hunt by waiting. Like they just kind of chill and then pounce and then maul with these giant claws while they bite you with their serrated teeth and their gross saliva, just messing everything up.
Dang.
And I know what you're thinking. What? Well, maybe these things don't live that long, Matt. Well, once again, you'd be wrong because they actually live to be 30 to 50 years.
No.
Yeah, no, that's a little dinosaur claw is what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's the thing. They're also known to be very intelligent. Like, the ones that are in captivity are known to recognize individuals and be able to go up to the keepers and, like, to get attention from them. Like, it knows
wild. I
who it
didn't know
wants
that.
to go to and that kind of stuff.
Jeez.
It's also one of the only animals that, like, in
That's not
captivity
that smart.
without, like, anybody teaching it or anything, it just learned how to play. Like, it plays with
Wow.
stuff. It's horrifying.
So this guy right here is just...
They're also, okay, so
It's a
here's the other
puppy.
thing.
I think it's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's a
puppy.
I kind of want to
Like,
pet it.
from this image, you don't feel the same way about it, do you?
I don't
Those
know.
hands, those paws.
I think Matt's a little
Woo.
timid. I don't think they're that scary.
Dang.
Nah, it's a person hand in a
You just don't
lizard
fuck
suit.
with it.
Yeah.
They're just aggressive in general. Like, if you just get near it and it's hunting, it's going to come after you because it's just aggressive. And
Okay.
you die from it.
Puppy.
Like, its bite, the, like, bacteria and stuff can literally cause you to die from sepsis.
Look at that tongue, though.
I know, right?
Puppy.
That's crazy. That's like a snake
Pet.
tongue.
Pet, give food.
Friend shaped.
That paw is like nuts though.
It is, isn't it?
It looks like an
Well, yeah, no,
alligator's.
that's the thing, though. Look at that, Paul. They're
Yeah.
also good swimmers and divers. I bet they are with that. I bet he can also swim faster than me since he can already run faster than me.
Yep.
This is a scary thing.
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
what? You're right, Matt. It's pretty scary.
It's a big lizard that just murders you and everything around it. Not to mention, can't stress enough, apex predator. Nothing hunts it.
Don't they hiss?
I'm sure they make all kinds
Yeah, I
of
was gonna
noises.
say, I bet
Yeah.
they
They
make
probably have to
scary
make some kind of
noises.
I feel like I
Amazing
watched an episode of like Steve Irwin show a while back, and he was dealing with those guys, and they actually chased them up a tree,
Jeez.
and they were making all kinds of horrible
Yeah.
hisses, and
wow.
yeah,
We all look over there. There's a tiger. There's a tiger just hiding in the tree. I'm going to go touch it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to go give this koala a handshake. See what happens.
Puppy. Can I
Nice.
pet it?
He thinks it looks sweet.
I think after living in
Look,
Florida, Matt, for
when
a
it's
few
not
years, you kind of just
full-grown,
aren't
you
afraid
know?
of lizards anymore because they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah, Florida
That,
people
that
are afraid of
lizard's bigger
lizards.
than Ben.
I've seen a few big iguanas, like
Oh
2-3 feet long. Like
Yeah.
I saw one jump out of a tree. I don't know. They have these white. They look like flamingos, but they're white. I don't know what they're called. I'm a bad Floridian. They're everywhere.
Are they
I saw
spoonbills?
one jump out of a tree that was maybe like that long and like take it out and kill it and drag it back up the tree.
Wow.
That's horrifying.
So
Yep.
and that was only
That's just an iguana. Oh, man. Well, you know what, Matt? Thanks for informing us about the Komodo Dragon. I feel much more knowledgeable.
Good.
Mm-hmm. I will watch out for that in the future. So, you know what? We're going to see something cool on
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes,
what are we
we
going
are.
to see, guys?
we're gonna go see Princess Mononoke in 4K. I
See
think it's the
that forest
25th
spirit in
anniversary.
4K.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I've heard it's already good. I think it started this yesterday or today.
Yeah,
I think
literally.
midnight. I think it was midnight.
Today's Thursday?
Yeah,
so
I
it
think
started
was
the day.
midnight release was last night. So, but I've heard it's great. Like some of the scenes, like with the forest spirit and stuff, are like I'm really excited to see.
I can't. Me too, because I
Because
love
even
that
on like
movie.
the Blu-ray 4K remasters, it looks incredible. So I can't imagine like in theaters. I think it's like we were going to a really fancy theater too. So
Yep, we are. Regal
I
Cinemas.
might cry. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Mm.
Yep.
Those Ghibli movies.
Brian
are pretty
will.
good.
He can't
Yeah,
go full.
I
can't help
I
it.
can't help myself. That's just
It's
how I
okay.
am
It's good
now.
to cry, Matt. You'll
Yeah, man,
learn.
you should cry. Cry right now.
Cry right now.
now.
Do it.
Cry
Matt.
now.
Cry.
Cry.
No, don't cry, because I'll start crying.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, and then everybody's gonna cry, and then it's just gonna be one of those deals.
No
Brian's
crying.
over here tearing up just thinking about.
Please
people
stop.
crying.
Can we stop talking about crying?
If we talk about it again, I'm going to keep getting worked up.
Yeah, and if he gets worked up, I'm done. I'm cooked.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So yeah,
So
Princess Mononoke.
speaking of like the 4K movies, that's like a big thing right now. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
different movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
it is.
I'm hype. I just saw yesterday. So yes, I do enjoy Studio Ghibli. It's a great studio. It's amazing art, phenomenal storytelling. However, I am more of a fan of I just lost the name. It's like Studio Chizu or something like that. It's what Mamoru Hosada. I'm probably butchering his name. It's the studio he works under and he helped start. He does movies like The Boy and the Beast, Summer Wars, Wolf Children, things like that. Now this year, coming out in theaters and on Blu-ray 4K is Summer Wars, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and Wolf Children, and I am here for it. I will be going to see one of those movies in theaters.
Would you mind if I accompanied you?
Yeah, no, I kind of figured you would. I've got to go see Miku, so you got to go see a rabbit man fight.
Oh my goodness! Speaking of Miku, Jameson,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to go see Miku. We got tickets today.
just freaking did.
Today.
I brought it up. I'm so sorry, guys.
They
I'm
blew
sorry.
it.
Did you say everything that you wanted to say about that?
Yeah, nope. I just accidentally said the M word, and then you guys got all excited.
But
I
I have
wanna
a
say
question about
something.
that though. Actually.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Did I get you into because Boy and the Beast? I feel like I showed you that. Was that not
I think it actually was you. I
Cool,
now
okay.
have like half of his movies on
good?
DVD.
Because shortly after all that, I started watching more of his stuff. And it's,
I actually have
very
the novel for The Boy and the Beast.
Wow, really?
Jameson was going to read it before we watched it, but then I forced him to watch the movie.
it's
one
it's
day.
great though, isn't
But-
it?
oh my
yeah,
gosh,
that was a
I
total
wasn't ready
surprise.
for
I saw
that,
that in theaters in Connecticut when I was living there.
Wow.
And I just happened to see. I was like, "Oh, I'll go see an anime." I've never seen like an animated
So
anime
good.
movie
Yeah.
in theater, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
It
Yeah,
was
no,
great.
that
it's
guy's
incredible.
movies just.
They just really get you.
Why am I crying?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
Oh,
by the
no.
end of that movie, like not like the final, like the when they fake out like the final act fight and
Yeah.
and then like this whole
Yeah.
thing with the whale at the it's like wow, I don't want
And
to
then,
spoil it.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's
Brian,
incredible, Brian.
dude.
Especially like if you've ever dealt with like severe depression or like not really feeling like you fit like anywhere in life, it's a very good story.
He's super good at those kind of
He really
movies, though,
is.
because like Mirai is kind of like that
Summer
too.
Wars
It's really
too is
good.
kind of
Summer Wars. Then Belle. I don't know if you've seen
Nope.
Belle, but Belle is phenomenal.
I'd love to see that. Thank you for showing that to me because it looks cool. I
Yeah,
need to watch it.
it's on HBO Max.
I know. I need to.
oh,
maybe I should
I'll watch
just-
it then if it's on Max.
You got Max?
Yeah, I've been watching that. What is it? Common Side Effects,
Common
which
Side.
is really good. Everyone should
Oh.
watch. I think Mike Judge is a producer on it, and he voices a couple of the characters on it. But
Oh, that's
if you haven't
awesome.
seen him, Matt, it's really good. You'll like it actually.
I need to watch new stuff, but as I've brought up in the last 3 podcasts, I am currently watching through One Piece. I am almost to episode 900. I have watched like 400 episodes in the last couple of weeks.
Good.
I'm getting there, and I'm gonna get back to current before it comes out.
Hey, Matt,
Yeah.
you're not going to believe it.
What?
I'm on episode 3.
What's up?
Yeah, we actually started the other night.
Wow.
I don't know how much of it he like
Wow.
kept, but
Oh, I did. I kept both episodes. I saw Nami, sneaking around, doing her thing.
Old cat burglar Nami.
But yeah, Ben kind of made me. He's like, just
You have to.
freaking
Just
watch
fucking
it,
do it.
Brian.
every time he's
Do
like,
it.
"Have you ever seen this anime?" We're just like, "Watch One Piece."
Because I've seen like
Every time this week.
yeah.
I'm not watching anything.
Like you would be on like Fishman Island right now if you had just started it. Like,
I forgot a thing I gotta get.
uh-oh.
Hey, Matt, your headphones are on.
Yeah, they are, but I got
Okay.
a long cord.
Nice. Good.
Oh right, you brought that here
Speaking
last week.
of One Piece,
Speaking of One Piece,
I had some friends of mine that I work with that went to a Comic-Con in Knoxville, and they were like, "Do you need anything?" And I was like, "Yes, I do," because I looked. The original voice actor for the first English arc of One Piece was there, and I got her to sign my straw hat.
Yo!
Look at it, camera. It is signed by Luffy.
let's freaking go, man.
That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
And now it just lives at the studio.
But anyways, yeah. So guys, Miku movie tickets are out as of today. So go get yours ASAP.
Yay.
Get them. Go get them.
I already got mine. I got a bunch that I don't even need on this.
I scalped them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, no,
That's a joke for legal reasons. That's
Yeah,
a joke.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
Anyways, yeah. So once again, thank you guys for being
Thanks for
here,
having
and
us.
we're glad to be like,
It's our first podcast. So
Yeah, man.
hanging with you.
Thanks for.
For letting us cast our pod all over the place.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of glad. Yeah, it's fun.
Is there anything else that you want the audience to know about what you got going on?
Just that album that we'll announce later.
This album's gonna be even doper.
Way cooler.
So,
Yeah, I'm excited.
yeah. So like, go follow them on Spotify and everywhere else, and yeah.
It's pretty cool, man.
All right, guys. Well, we've had fun today. This has been GRYMM. That's GRYMM. And we have been better, Kenney. We better be in your playlist.